Hey YouTube, how you doing? Big E here, how's everything? And welcome to a movie review. Today's movie I will be reviewing is a classic. It's an all-time animated Disney classic, one of the best Disney films of all time, animated Disney films. It was Beauty and the Beast. Released in 1991, and it was released in 1991. It's the 30th Disney animated feature. And I really love this movie. It's one of the greatest films of all time, and it's a good movie. I love the music, I love the characters, I love the songs, I love everything. And I love the voice cast too. Um it's it was it won awards too. And it has a budget of over $25 million, and it was originally released in 1991, like I said, and it was really re-released to IMAX in 2002 with the added song called Human Again, a new 5-minute musical sequence that had been cut from the film prior to its release. And the film was also re-released again in 2012 in 3D. And all the time it's been in the box office, it was made a budget of over $440 million. And it's won Academy Award. It won the Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture, the first animated film to ever win in that category. It also became the first animated film to be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture at the 64th Annual Academy Awards, where it won the Academy Award for Best Original Score and Best Original Song for its title, received additional nominations for Best Original Song and Best Sound. And I think they deserved that award. And I think the composers did a good job on it. Alan Menken and the late great Howard Ashman, who sadly passed away during production of the film. He passed away 6 months 8 months before Beauty and the Beast was released in 1991 from AIDS. Thanks, Howard. Did a good job. It won that for the best song, Be Our Guest, I think. And it also won that's it. And it had a great voice cast in it. Paige O'Hara is the voice of Belle, a biblical young woman. And she's like peculiar and stuff. And Robby Benson is the voice of the Beast. Of course, they both did a good job as their, and Richard White as Gaston. He's a vain hunter. He tries to marry Belle and stuff, but she refuses. But he just keep going his way and stuff. And Jerry Orbach from the old hit show Law and Order, he's the voice of the candle Lumiere. May he rest in peace. David Odgen Stiers is in it. May he rest in peace too. He voices Cogsworth, the mantel clock. Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts. Bradley Michael Pierce, he's the voice of Chip, the little cup. Mrs. Potts' son, Rex Everhart, he's the voice of Maurice, Belle's father. People think he's crazy, and they try to trap Gaston and his little henchman, Lefou, voiced by actor Jesse Corti. They try to put Maurice in a mental facility. And the cast and crew did a good job. I even enjoy the music. like Beauty and the Beast and stuff. I think Angela Lansbury did a very, very good job, like singing it in the movie and stuff, and has like the original version of the 1991 version, which they sing at the end of the credits. Is the song Beauty and the Beast is performed by Celine Dion and Peabo Bryson, and I love Celine Dion's music. I love her and I love her music. And Peabo Bryson did another song for a Disney movie, A Whole New World, which was released the next year, 1992. But he did it with another singer, female singer, named Regina Belle. Yep. It's just this movie. Yep. Great Disney fun, especially great 90s Disney fun. And the movie, it has a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it has an on Metacritic, it has a 95 out of 100% on Metacritic. And audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film a rare A+ grade, and it does deserve it. It's the music and everything in it's good. And at the end credits of the movie, they say they do a tribute to Howard Ashman, who, like I said, passed away during the process of the film from AIDS. He said, they said, to our friend, to our grateful friend Howard Ashman, who gave a mermaid her voice and a beast his soul. He did good. And anyway, this movie starts with an enchantress, old woman disguised as an old beggar. She offers a rose to a guy, a prince who happens to be cruel and selfish and evil. It kind of made me think of The Emperor's New Groove and stuff with Emperor Cusco. She was asking the prince for shelter from a storm. He refuses. She reveals her identity, and for his arrogance, he refused her. And then when she reveals her identity as a really young, beautiful, gorgeous woman, she transforms him into like a big monstrous beast. And he tried to apologize, but it was not accepted. It wasn't enough. And she transforms the prince into the beast, and she transforms his servants into household objects like Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, and she casts a spell on the rose that she offered, and warns the prince that the spell will only be broken if he learns to love another and be loved in return before the final petal falls, or he's going to remain a beast forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Several years later, in a nearby village, I remember, Belle, this little girl, Belle, she's the daughter of Maurice, an inventor named Maurice. He dreams of adventure. She dreams of adventures. She's frequently trying to avoid Gaston. He's a hunter. He's a hunter, and who wants to marry her because of her beauty. I love the way they draw Belle. I love the way they draw all the characters of this movie. On his way to the fair, he gets struck to showcase his inventions and stuff. Riding a horse named Philippe, voiced by actor Hal Smith, who's best known for voicing Owl in the Winnie the Pooh series, and he was on the Andy Griffith Show. Maurice was on his way to the fair with Philippe, and he got lost in the forest, and it was like in a storm, and he gets lost in the forest. He seeks refuge in the Beast's castle, and he makes friends with Lumiere, Mrs. Potts, Cogsworth, Chip, and the little sofa, the feet rester, the dog, and the beast imprisons him for trespassing, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "You're not welcome here." And you can't. What are you staring at? You came to stare at the beast, didn't you? And I need a place to stay. That's all. I'll give you a place to stay. He threw him in the thing, and he threw him in a cage, and when Philippe returns home, he finds Belle. Belle goes on look to find Beast, and then she found him locked in the dungeon in the castle. And the Beast caught her and stuff, and then she said she would refuse. Right, the Beast said the Beast agreed to free Maurice if she takes his place as a prisoner. He did. She said, "You have my word." Then he took Maurice back to the castle. They took Maurice back to the castle. Yep, and she was like, "I didn't even get to say goodbye." And he shows him around. He shows him around her around the castle and everything. And he's like, "You can go anywhere you want, but not the West Wing." "What's in the West Wing?" "It's forbidden." And she makes friends with the castle servants, Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, and her son Chip, and they had dinner. They had dinner together and everything, and she welcomes them. They welcome her and everything, but she didn't want anything to do with the Beast because of his temper and stuff and everything. And while Maurice was back in the village, he came to tell Gaston and Lefou and about the Beast and stuff, and they looked at him like he's a nutcase or something. They're all laughing at him and everything, and then they threw him out or something, because Maurice was telling the truth and stuff, and Belle tried to run away because she was going into the West Wing when she was not told to, and she decided to, and then she found the rose thing that he's cursed to. And she lifts the thing up. Beast caught her, and he's like, "I warned you not to come in here." And she's like, "I didn't. Do you realize what you could have done?" And he's throwing things, and she's scared. And she's like, "Please stop." And he's like, "Get out! Get out!" And then she just ran away, and then ran out. She took Philippe and just ran away, and then her and Philippe had a serious ran into a big problem. They go into the woods, and then get this, they found they were being chased by a pack of wolves and stuff. They tried running away. She tried fighting back, but then the Beast came, and he just and then roars at it. That scares him away, and then Beast is hurt and stuff and everything, and then they just went back to the castle, and Beast is hurt and stuff, and Belle is nursing him back, and she puts a thing on him, and he's refusing to he's hurt, and he's like it's complaining about the stinging and stuff, and he was like, they were talking, and he's like, none of this would have happened if you weren't. He's like, well, you shouldn't have. If I wouldn't have frightened, she said, if he wouldn't have not frightened her, she wouldn't have run away. And he said, well, you shouldn't be in the West Wing. And she's like, well, maybe you should learn to control your anger, your temper. And then she said, by the way, thank you for saving. She thanked him for saving her life, and and then they start slowly becoming friends and slowly bond and get to know each other. They begin to fall in love in the meantime, and then they show Maurice he's back in the village and stuff, and Gaston and Lefou, they're threatening to like throw Maurice into an asylum and stuff because about the beast thing, and so he can marry Belle and stuff, and then it shows Maurice is going on a rescue mission to save Belle, and then he gets like lost in the woods and stuff and everything, but then the beast and Belle start to get along finally, and then she shows him a library and stuff, and shows her a library that he like made, and she really enjoyed, because she's like a reader and stuff. She loves the library. And then the beast and Belle start to get along, and I love the sequence that's where they're getting ready to have the they're having like a little romantic dance, little dance and stuff, kind of like a date thing, and they're enjoying it. Belle's opinion on the beast changed, and she uses the beast's magic mirror to check on her father, and she sees him collapsing in the woods, and then the beast let her go. The beast let her go. He said, "You are free. You are no longer my prisoner." And she's like, "He needs you," and she said, "Thank you for realizing how much he needs me." And then and then he gives the Belle a souvenir, which is the mirror, and he's like, "So you can have something to remember me on." And let's see. Then she found him collapsed in the woods, unconscious, like just laying there in the snow. And then she takes her father to the village and puts in bed, and he wakes up, and he's like, "I thought I'd never see you again." And she told her father that the beast is no longer mean or anything. He's changed. And then a little friend came along, little Chip, and then all of a sudden a stranger knocks on the doors, the asylum guy threatening to take Maurice away from her and put him in asylum because they thought he was making up a story about the beast and stuff. And they thought he was making up the story about the beast. And she showed the magic, and they're like, "My father's not crazy." And Gaston said, "I will be able to let it go if you marry me, Belle." And she refused, and she went to go get the magic mirror and showed everybody the beast was real, and she was telling the truth. And she was like, "He would never hurt anybody." He's like, "I know he looks mean, but he's really kind and gentle. He's my best friend." And Gaston going, "If I didn't know better, I think you had feelings for this monster." And she was like, "He's no monster, Gaston. You are." Every time I watch that scene, I'm like, "She told you, Gaston." And then Gaston gathers an army of people to go hunt the beast down and everything, go attack the castle, and they throw Belle and her father, Maurice, in a basement, and then lock them up and everything. And then they're setting up an army of people to go, and they're like, "Kill the beast! Kill the beast! Kill the beast!" And they're like using a log to bust down the castle door, and Beast refused, and Beast didn't do it. He just said, he was like, "Doesn't matter anymore. Just let them come." And then but as I said, when they trap Belle and Maurice in the basement, thank goodness Chip was there. He went outside to Maurice's invention, got into it. He started it right up, and then cut it up. Then he cut the door thing, and he's hanging up from the thing, and he's like, "You guys have got to try this thing." Good. At least they had something to get out, and then they show when they get into the castle, the bad guys Gaston. They got in the castle. It's my favorite scene. They see a whole bunch of the objects, and then Lefou picks up Lumiere, and then Lumiere yells "No!" and then all the objects start kicking them and beating them up and everything. But Gaston went to go find the beast and stuff with his bow and arrow set, and they fend off the villagers, and it was fun. Like Mrs. Potts and her children threw hot tea on the guy, and he's like, "Oh!" And my favorite scene was when the closet thing fell on and then it brought, and then like a comb and brush and makeup took the guy into the cabinet thing, the closet thing, and then just puts him in woman's clothes. And then he comes out and he sees him, so he's like, "Ah!" And then there was a scene where Lumiere's against the wall, and Lefou's has him get with a torch, and Lumiere's melting. He's like, and then Cogsworth comes with a pair of scissors and pokes him in the butt. He's like, "Oh, ow!" And then there was a scene where guys, the henchman of Gaston, that was ripping the Featherduster, and then Lumiere uses his flames to stop and bust him in the butt, and he's like, to burn him, and he's like, whew, and he's like, "Oh!" And then he catches the Featherduster, and there was a scene where they're throwing tomatoes at him, and then they go into the kitchen, and they see that oven. He's like, and then they run away, and he's like, and then they all run away, the bad guys, and they're like, "And stay out," and then they're celebrating it, but there was one problem. Gaston managed to find the beast. He attacked him. He used a bow and arrow set. The bow got into the beast. He starts roaring. Then Gaston starts pushing him. He's like, "Get up! Get up!" And he's like, "What's the matter, beast? Too kind and gentle to fight back? Did you think honestly think Belle wanted you when she could have had somebody like me?" And he just kept, and then he attacked the beast, and he was too depressed because of Belle's departure to fight back, but he regains his spirit among Belle's return. He starts to fight, but he defeats Gaston, but spares his life, and he holds Gaston, and he's like by the cliff. He's like, Gaston's like, please don't hurt me. And then Beast just went kind of a little easier, saying he just went "Get out," which in my opinion, that's kind of saying easy compared to how he said how hard when he told Belle to get out after she got caught in the West Wing. When he went, "Get out!" Yeah, and that's when she's scared. And then, anyway, after he warned Gaston to get out, and he climbed up to see Belle, and then Gaston just snuck and stabbed him in the back, and then Gaston fell all the way down to his death, and then she grabbed Beast, put him on the dock, and Beast is not doing too good. He died in Belle's before the last petal fell, and and Belle's trying to say, "You're gonna be all right," and then he passes away, and she's like, "Please." He passes away from his injury, and she's like, "Please don't leave me. I love you." And then the petal fell, the spell, and then the spell's broken. Then it shows he's transformed. transforming. It's reviving the beast. He comes alive again. It's restoring him to his human form. And all of his servants, Lumiere, Cogsworth, and Mrs. Potts, and everybody, they're all back. They're all back to their human selves. And then they showed the prince and Belle. They're hosting a ball in the kingdom and stuff, where they dance happily ever after, and Maurice is in it and everything, and it shows the end song, another choir version of Beauty and the Beast in the film, and then the end credits. It shows the song Beauty and the Beast. During the end credits, the Beauty and the Beast version performed by Celine Dion and Peabo Bryson. Speaking of Celine Dion, my prayers go out to her. She's not doing... Her health is just... Hang in there, Celine Dion. And I love Celine Dion. I love her music. I'm never going to stop listening to her music, no matter how old it is or anything. Yep. But... And they made They made 4 sequels to this, I think. Beauty of the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, they were released in 1997, and Belle's Magical World was released, which was released in 1998. They were both released on home video by Walt Disney Home Video, and I have not seen either one of them yet, but I want to. But I'll bet it's not as good as this one. This 1991 version, the original 1991 film. Yep, it was just a good movie, I think, like I said. And they made a live action version. This movie had, with all the technology, use of computer technology and everything, and it was just a good movie. See, it was produced using computer animation production system. It was like digital scanning and ink is some kind of like hardware and stuff, but they did, I think they did pretty good with this movie. This movie really definitely deserves everything. I give this movie on a scale of 1 to 10, this movie is definitely a 10. It's one of the best movies best Disney movies of all, animated Disney movies of all time. No doubt about it. Nothing can change that. Nothing can change my opinion on that either. Yeah. And like I said, it's one of my favorite movies of 1991, along with John Singleton's Boys in the Hood. Even though Beauty and the Beast, it's rated G, Boys in the Hood, that's from Columbia Pictures, and that's rated R. And they made it, like I said, they made a live-action version of Beauty and the Beast, which was released 2017. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard some people say they've seen it and they weren't crazy over it. And a lot of these live-action Disney films they do nowadays to do a remake of the animated movies, like they did like Aladdin, Lion King, and they're doing one of The Little Mermaid, and they did a Mulan version too. Some people weren't really crazy over it. I have not seen these live action remakes, but of these newer live action remakes, but because I guarantee, in my opinion, they won't be as good as like the original animated ones. Like I've seen some scenes of The Lion King, the 2019 live action one. That one was not my kind of type. Nah, the original 1994 Lion King movies, and just like I'm sure my favorite movies is The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Little Mermaid, and I like Pocahontas. Too, the first Pocahontas, yeah. But anyway, I give this movie an A+ too, also. And it, like I said, It has a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. To me, it definitely it definitely deserves 100. It is just a great movie. And it deserved everything it got, like the Academy Awards. Yep. One of the best movies of all time. I can't stop saying it because it's true, and I might watch the live action sequence, the remake, the 2017 version. I'm not 100% sure yet because I know that one probably won't be as good as the original one. So, and I've heard some people say it sucked. It's good, but some people say it's not as good as the first one, the animated first 1991 anime. But and I used to have the VHS tape of it, the first Beauty and the Beast, the 1992 VHS, and gave it away to charity, unfortunately. But I might in the future save enough money because I'm really trying to watch my money right now. I got bills to pay, and might save up to get a whole collection of animated movies like Beauty and the Beast, like Disney animated collection, even 20th Century Fox, because 20th Century Fox is now 20th Century Studios and it's owned by the Walt Disney Company. Yep, so to everybody who worked on this movie, like Gary Trousdale, Kirk Wise, Don Hahn, Alan Menken, and Howard Ashman, I think they did a great movie. They did a good job. And thank you, Howard Ashman. All right, YouTube. Nice seeing you. Take it easy. Be safe. Stay out of trouble. Peace.